You're a recent grad or someone who has just entered the workforce. Do you find yourself struggling with managing money? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, then this video is for you. What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 money moves for you to make as a recent grad or as someone who has just recently entered the workforce. By the end of this video, I'll be sharing with you the 5 money moves that can help you level up financial wealth. So be sure to stay until the end. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Money move number 1. Understand your social circle. When you are thinking about your circle of friends or people that you hang out with the most, understand them from a financial standpoint. Now, what I mean by this is you're going to have friends who may have more money than you, and you're going to have friends who may have less money than you. For example, if you have a friend who's in a different financial circumstance and position compared to you, and they're spending a lot of money, it wouldn't be wise to be doing the same thing as them, especially if you are not in the same financial position as them. I mean, you can choose to if you want to, but nothing will exhaust your money faster than trying to keep up with friends who have more money than you. Also, to keep in mind, you also will have friends who may not spend as much as you yourself do. So either way, you're going to have friends who have different financial backgrounds than you, but you just need to be cognizant and aware of your social circle so that you can control and manage your spending. Now, this doesn't just apply to your friend group, but it also applies to your work environment or people, anyone that you surround yourself with the most. Money move number 2 is spending less than you earn. Now that you've graduated college and entered the workforce, you are making money. But sometimes when I find that I am making money, my spending also increases. I don't know if you guys are the same, but if your spending increases, then there's no difference if you're making, let's say, 6-figure income a year compared to someone who is making 5-figure income. For example, if you're making 6-figure income a year and you're spending all of it versus someone who is making 5-figure income a year and they manage to save all of it, if, let's say, a last-minute situation happens, who would be in a better position? If a last-minute situation happens and then all of a sudden you need like a large upfront capital, are you going to be in a position where you can sustain yourself if that happens? If you are spending all of your income and then suddenly you need like upfront capital, you won't be able to sustain yourself because you would have already spent it. But this all depends on your personal preference. But in order to not have your finances deplete, like they say, sometimes it's not about how much you make, but how much you can save. Money move number 3, rent. Now, rent is one of the biggest monthly expense for everyone. It is a sunk cost because it's money that you can't get back. It's a sunk cost because it's money that you put out that you can't get back. It's inevitable unless you decide to live at home or that basically own your own place. After graduating college, you probably have the option of deciding to whether you should move back home or move out to live by yourself, or better yet, move to a different city or move to a different country to work and live. I think one of the questions that I asked myself really helped me with my own decision-making process is by asking, for example, will living alone or moving to this city yield more opportunities and financial prosperity for me, or will moving to this city or moving to this country do this for me? So if you're someone struggling, decide whether you should move back home or live by yourself or move to a different city or move to a different country to work, asking yourself this question: will moving to this city or moving back home or to this country yield more opportunities and prosperity for you? Also understand that nothing is permanent. So say if you move to a city, then realize that you're not enjoying your time there or liking it, you can always move somewhere else or move back home or move to a different city. I've met people who literally like move across the world. For example, moving to London, England, or to Australia or to the States. So you do whatever you want to and wherever you want to go. Now, if you decide to move back home, you are obviously saving more money. If you decide to move out, you can consider maybe living with your siblings or finding a roommate instead of living by yourself in the apartment to save more money. You can also search for rentals that seem reasonable within your standard and within your budget. Now, money move number 4, don't replace anything until you've exhausted it. Now, this is something that I am still trying to improve on. Not that I'm making much progress on it, but I still think it's a helpful tip to share. Now personally, I myself don't really follow this tip to the T because I still find myself replacing things easily, though I haven't fully exhausted them. But it is something that I am trying to improve on. But this is a good tip that I learned from others, and I thought if you could benefit from it, might as well share it with you. So yeah, don't replace anything until you've exhausted it. As if you really want to. For me, I find myself replacing things easily. For example, bags, shoes, plants, clothes. I myself find that I have way too many pairs of shoes. Do I need that many pairs of shoes? Probably not. I also find myself that I always go back to seeing like 2 to 3 pairs of shoes for my everyday wear. I also bought shoes for like just in case situations. For example, just in case I go to events, or just in case these break, or just in case. A lot of just in case situations. So yeah, don't buy for just in case situations because you'll end up with all these pairs of shoes that you don't wear, with all these unused shoes at home. Number 5, avoid spending impulsively. For me, I make a lot of impulsive purchases. Sometimes when I go window shopping, I find myself always ending up buying something, food included. So if you're like me, sometimes it's better to not go window shopping because later on you'll probably eventually regret on those purchases that you made, those impulse purchases that you made. For example, those unplanned just in case purchases, or those like trendy pieces, which I have also talked about in one of my previous videos. I'll link it above here. But if you are someone who is consistently buying into trends or trying to keep up with the latest trends, you should definitely check out this video over here. And if you haven't already, be sure to also check out my other videos here. As well, if you're looking to open up an investment account, then definitely check out the bonus that I've included down below in the description box or in the comment section, where you can get free cash bonus using my referral link when you open up your account with QuesTrade. So definitely check that out. And if you want to receive more content from me, then be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you can be notified for when I post next. And if you've liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next. Bye!